Hello everyone, and welcome to a new season of Larissa's Kitchen, the show that combines cooking, comedy, and cats with the intent of elevating what many of you view as a chore back to its rightful station as the progenitor of human civilization. I ask you, what other human activity brings together people from far and wide, invites them to stay a while, and fulfills the most basic carnal desires? No, it's not watching old episodes of Gilligan's Island, it's cooking! This season is filled with foods that may not have struck the flint that sent the spark, that lit the fuse, that ignited the fiery conflagration of human civilization. But they are surely the sticky, gooey goodness that holds it all together, long after closing time, last call, and the cows coming home. With foods like this, it looks like civilization is here to stay a bit longer. So settle in and let's get cooking. If we want to build something that lasts, we'll need a strong foundation. A breakfast foundation. I give you the iconic steak and eggs, but not just any old steak and eggs. Today we're making triple onion tart and eye of the round steaks. Okay, for the steaks, you're going to need one eye of the round steak per person that you're feeding, generously seasoned on both sides. Now, I cut this off of an eye of the round roast, but if you want to buy them pre-cut, that's fine too. For the tarts, you're going to need one pie crust, one very large sweet onion. Now, this is a Vidalia onion because we're in Vidalia season. If it's not Vidalia season, whatever sweet onion you can find at the grocery store will work just fine. You're also going to need 3 to 4 shallots, depending on their size, 3 large eggs, either one very large leek, or I have 4 leeks here. 2 of them are medium and 2 of them are very small. Now, leeks are grown in sand, so they're going to be very dirty all the way inside. We need to cut them in half lengthwise and clean them before we can prep those. You're also going to need half of a stick of butter, a tablespoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and a half teaspoon of ground nutmeg. You're also going to need some fresh cracked black pepper. This is 4 ounces of cream cheese, 2/3 of a cup of heavy whipping cream, 3/4 of a cup of Swiss cheese, and 3/4 of a cup of Monterey Jack. Now this is Jarlsberg, so whatever Swiss cheese you like would work just fine. First we're going to prep these vegetables, and then we need to get things in a pan. Okay, not only do the leeks have to be washed, but you're also going to need to wash your knife and your cutting board after you get done. Just from these leeks I have sand all over my cutting board, and I have sand in the sink now too. So make sure that everything is washed after you clean the leeks. Okay, now that everything is clean, we need to cut this up. So anything that's large needs to be quartered, and then we're going to cut this very finely. Alright, we also need to thinly slice this onion. Alright, and these shallots need to be halved and then very finely sliced too. Okay, now that we've got all of our vegetables prepped and they're waiting over there and our cheeses are grated, we need to mix the heavy whipping cream and the eggs together in a bowl beforehand so that when the vegetables are done, they're going to go in here, get mixed up, and then all that is going in our pie crust. Okay, we're going to go ahead and saute these vegetables in a medium-sized skillet. Now I've got my 11-inch skillet on over medium-low heat because we don't want these to get too brown. Alright, so the half a stick of butter goes in. We're going to let this melt first. Okay, we don't want this butter to get too brown, so after the butter's melted, we're going to go ahead and add our vegetables, our shallots and onions and leeks. And we're going to let these saute until they're soft and fragrant. That's probably going to be about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, while we are letting the vegetables saute down a little bit, sweat down a little bit, we're going to go ahead and ease this pie crust into a 9-inch pie plate. Okay, I've also got the oven set to 375 and my speed bake is on. Okay, these have cooked down quite a bit, so we're going to go ahead and add our spices in. Salt, sugar, nutmeg, and the pepper. All right, we're going to let this saute. We're going to saute these spices just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add in our cream cheese. Now I made a little well here so that the cream cheese can go directly on the pan and melt. Okay, and once this is melted a little bit and you've got it kind of stirred in, we can go ahead and add in the other cheese. Okay, and then all of this needs to melt. Okay, now that this is all melted, we're going to take it over, mix it in with our eggs and cream, and then that's all going in the pie shell. Alright, make sure you're stirring the eggs and cream as you pour this cheese and onion mixture in here so that we don't have to worry about anything cooking these eggs, because this is quite hot. Alright, now I've put my pie shell in a baking sheet just in case this does cook over. It should be fine, but just in case, we don't want to mess. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and fold the edge over. Don't tuck it down too hard. Okay, and then this is going in my oven for 40 minutes. This meal is easy to have everything come out all at the same time, because once that tart comes out, it has to sit for 15 to 20 minutes and rest. So during that time, we can cook our steaks, because they're also going to need about 10 minutes to rest. Now, when the timer reads about 15 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and start my grill, because I want that grill to be very hot. Okay, I've only got about 11 minutes left to go, but I don't want this to get too brown, so I'm just going to lightly cover this with aluminum foil. Okay, we're getting ready to grill these steaks. Now, as you can see, these steaks aren't very thick. They're only about an inch thick. So 3 to 4 minutes per side on a very hot grill is going to make these perfect. And remember, once you put them down, leave them down. Okay, it's time to start grilling those steaks. Okay, these can rest with the tart until it's done. Alright, let's give this triple onion tart and these steaks a taste. Wonderful.
You're not going to eat that, are you?